What up, world? Is Radioactive Podcast. It's your host, Ace Boogie, and I have a special guest with me today. But before we get to that, I want to shout out to our sponsors. Shout out to Past That and Battle Print Press. Now, these guys gonna keep you looking fly, and Battle Print Press can get you anything printed. Also, Mr. Randall Tripp with Madhouse Customs. We see you, man. It's your shirt right here. You see me? I got it on. look, let's get into it. So, sir, have you shared it yet?
Hold on. I'm finding it. I'm right here. Refreshing. We on. Let me see. It's coming down. It's going
soon. And keep on going. Keep going down.
Okay.
There we go.
There it is. Let me go ahead and let everybody.
Yeah, I want his people to see this. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you like, share, comment, follow us on social medias, everything. Do it all. So you can catch us on Radioactive Podcast on Facebook, Radioactive_podcast on Instagram, and Radioactive Podcast on YouTube. So, how's your day today, sir?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm new to this.
Okay. Fine.
I'm new to this.
Introduce yourself, sir.
Well, pretty much no introduction needed. My name is Tuxedo Jones, or Tux Jones, owner and operator of Tuxedo Jones Menswear. Pretty much, you know me. If you know me, you know personally. You know today. Yeah, ain't no need for no introduction.
So,
like
tell people what you do. Tell the people what you do.
What do? I do a lot. I do a lot. I actually own and operate Tuxedo Jones Menswear. Mm-hmm. It's a men's clothing store here in San Antonio. Actually, I want to say the only Black-owned menswear store. Yeah, matter of fact,
that's dope.
We are the only Black-owned menswear clothing store here in San Antonio.
In San Antonio. Okay.
Yes.
So I want to start off with a little game.
Okay.
Now this is called Name That Activist. Ooh, it is Black History Month. Okay?
Wow, you gonna hit me with that one?
I'm about to hit you with it.
Yikes.
This activist was the first Black prime minister of the Congo. He helped gain the independence. I'm sorry. He helped gain the independence from the Belgium in Africa.
If I had to go, okay.
Who am I? Go.
Nelson Mandela?
No. This man had a horrible death. Okay, first of all, he was assassinated. Yes.
Aren't they all assassinated?
Yeah, right.
I was gonna say, aren't they all assassinated? Right.
Want me to answer it for you?
Oh, hold on. Okay.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Say the clues one more time.
He was the first Black prime minister of the Congo.
Mm-hmm.
He helped. He helped the Congo get independence from the Belgium. If you're at home, guys, if you know the answer, I know we're cheating.
No, I'm not Googling.
If y'all know the answer at home, put it in the comments.
Not Nelson.
Of the Congo. His name starts with a P.
With a P. Okay, that's a good. Good clue. Okay, P.
P.M.
That's the two words.
Last name starts with an M.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry, L. Sorry, L.
L. Okay, is it M or L?
It's an L.
Okay,
P.L.
So P.L. I'm gonna have to go ahead and let you answer that.
Patrice Lumumba. You know who that is?
No. Is that from Wakanda?
No.
She is not from Wakanda.
First Black prime minister of the Congo, man.
I definitely need to brush up on.
It's good though. I want to educate the people too at the same time.
Okay, good, definitely.
So I pick people who weren't popular. I didn't want to go with Malcolm X.
Okay, look, see, that's what I was gonna say. Simple. Don't let me down because don't have me out here looking bad. Don't have me out here looking bad because I only know I know the basics. Okay.
No, we get into the nitty gritty.
Martin Luther, Malcolm X.
What'd she say?
He was sitting up there saying Pablo. He was like
He's a Pablo.
See, I was thinking I'm thinking the basics: Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, George Washington Carver, Harriet Tubman.
No, these are gonna be hard. These gonna be hard. Look, y'all, these gonna be hard. I'm not even gonna lie.
Okay.
All right. Number 2.
Okay.
This man was born in Jamaica. One of the first Black men to start distribution here in America for Black folks. Period. He had ships called the Black Star Line. Who am I?
That's definitely
one of the greatest Pan-Africanists really ever, to me, in my opinion.
Okay, I'm blank on the distribution on that one. Give me some letters.
MG. M as in mom. G
G.
as in goat. This is man.
Jamaica.
He came over here to the United States. He actually got kicked out by the end. They sent him back to Jamaica.
Is it Sebi?
Nope.
He on
Not
it.
Dr. Sebi.
Dr. Sebi? Dang, ain't he Jamaican? Dang. Okay, what we got?
You ready?
Yes.
Drumline. Marcus Garvey.
Whoa.
Marcus Garvey.
I'm gonna need some. Okay, I'm gonna need everybody out there. I'm gonna need y'all to Google some of these when y'all go home because clearly,
UNIA.
these are out there. These are not the basics. All right, cool.
All right. This man was a poet. He was a playwright. He wrote things like "I am not your Negro," and "If Bell Street Could Talk." The man was a homosexual as well.
Okay.
But a great activist.
Clearly,
What?
I'm gonna just go ahead and say this. I promise you, one of these comments, I knew somebody was gonna say Tyler Perry right before you started saying something else. I just know that I was because clearly I was like, okay, he gonna give me Tyler Perry. He gonna let me at least get one. But then you gonna go dial back
You're
on
not
something
gonna get.
completely.
You're probably not gonna get.
Okay. Okay. He's a homosexual.
JB.
JB. Okay, that's not.
He was a poet. He's a playwright. He wrote things like "I am not your Negro" and "If Bell Street Could Talk."
Okay, is he on Pose?
No, this is back in the day. He's an activist. This is back in the day.
I want to be able to put all the homosexuals in one particular one. I can just pick one because I'm like,
not all homosexuals are the same.
I'm blind. I'm kind of like a little out there on this one. Who is this with?
James Baldwin. Yes, James Baldwin. I'm actually
sad I didn't get that.
This man is a great speaker, y'all. Him and Malcolm X had a debate. Oh, it was so good.
I didn't know that. Wow, that's
huh? Well, I mean,
a lot.
Black people,
they
and our issues.
Keep it general.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
See, somebody out there got it.
All right, you ready? Last one.
Give me one.
This young girl.
Okay,
very young girl. She took a huge step in history, period, for Black people.
Okay.
I would say she actually pushed us forward and took us to a whole nother level. This is a little girl.
Okay.
She is known, this young girl is known for being the first Black girl to go into it, to integrate into school.
Oh, no. I know her name.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the name of it, too.
RB.
We literally she was, okay, so I don't know the name, but I do know the story. She was the first person to integrate. She had to have 4 armed guards walk her back and forth to school every single day, from school and to school the whole time. And she was the only Black person in the actual school. The whole thing. And she was like scared for her life. Somebody, I can't see the screen. Somebody give it to me. I'm squinting. Somebody give it to me.
Lifeline. Can you phone a friend?
Can I phone a friend, please? Can I phone a friend? How do you say her name?
Ruby Bridges.
Ruby Bridges. Okay.
Ruby Bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, that was kind of sort of. See, I kind of sort of got the last one. I don't know these little, but I'm glad actually that you did say some people that we don't know, because when we start doing a Black history, we always think of the same exact people. Yeah. Oh, Malcolm X, blah 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 blah. This is, we didn't want to go there. Exactly. And they teach you the same ones over and over because you're having actual white people teach you Black history, and they only know those particular ones. So they only know the main ones. So they don't know these other ones, and they don't want you to know those other ones. So that's the reason why we don't know the other ones. And I'm just a prophet of it. So, all right, so let's get into it, man. I want to jump into it. Okay, jump into it. What we got? So tell me about that moment where you were like, man, look, this is it. I'm starting my own business. This I can't do it no more. The moment where I said I want to start my own business. Well, for one, people out there, a lot of people in San Antonio know what I do. A lot of people know what I do. A lot of people know I'm the owner of Tuxedo Jones. A lot of people know pretty much the story backline. But a lot of people are watching me. A lot of people have watched me from the beginning to where I'm at now. So they watch you blossom. So pretty much my life, the story of my success has been live on Facebook the whole time.
Okay.
You know, yes, there's people
Like
that
live
yes,
TV,
it's
Love and
been-
Hip Hop.
It's like a Love and Hip Hop because people remember me when I was doing sewing out of my house. People remember me when I didn't have a location, I didn't have a store. They remember when I was doing mobile. I just do a pop up at your house with fabrics and stuff like that. So I'm like, the moment that I had, I want to say when I wanted to start my own business, it kind of, my wow moment had to have been when basically I got fired.
Yeah. You was telling me earlier, man.
Yes.
I had like 25 jobs.
So, okay, for the people that don't know, I'm like, even people that are in the situation, it's something similar to mine. I've had 25 jobs. 25. I know every 25 of them, to be exact. Actually, matter of fact, 26. If I had one, because I had one in between before I was starting. So I had 26 jobs. I was so used to saying 25 because I've had 25. So by the time I was 25, I had 25 jobs.
Ooh, you seen fire?
Yeah, 25 jobs. By the time I was 25, I had 25 jobs. I started working at the age of 15 years old. My first job that I had was HEB.
Word.
Yeah,
They
HEB.
pay
I was
every week too.
$5.65 pushing baskets.
Oh no.
Oh yes. $5.65. So I had a combination of either getting fired or quitting. I had a lot of loss of interest within jobs very quickly. I look at I work a job, I look at the paycheck. Ooh, this ain't enough for me. Keep moving.
Bougie, y'all look.
Yeah, it's easy. I had a bougie mindset back then. But I've always been good with math. So I'm like, my mathematics was really quickly. So I'm like, when I look at a job and I'm like, hey, I'm looking at my paycheck and I'm like, whoa, okay. So when somebody says, oh, you're going to be paid $7.50, I said, okay, $7.50 down 40 hours a week, minus the hour of lunch they're going to give me, minus the tax and everything like that. Ooh, $250 ain't enough for me.
Oh, so you good with numbers. 24 times 3.
Yes. I got that to give me. Hey. He's trying to give me. I was like, hold on, man. Hold on. So that's pretty much when I think the last job that I was on when I got fired, or AKA laid off. Okay. Maybe even fired. I'm not sure. Yeah, we're gonna go with laid off. Laid off to be technical. I had a up moment, basically like, dang man, I cannot continue to take these jobs that I'm not gonna be able to do. So I'm just like, I need to do something. So I found a semi-stable job that I was working at. It wasn't paying a lot, but it was keeping me, into something. And I really just said, hey, look, I need to do something. So I rustled up a little bit of money, put some stuff together, and took a chance.
Okay, but why the fashion route?
I took the fashion route because it was something that I was passionate about.
Okay.
But I grew passion for.
Okay. So you always had style your whole life or what?
No.
Oh,
No. Never had style my whole life.
This is a transformation.
This is a transformation. I'm going to just go back. Transformation. So
how do you go from not having no style to having some style?
Okay, so the way that I went from not having no style to having some style is I was basically like how can I say it? I don't know if it's say it in Star Wars terms, like I think it's Han Solo in what's the little green dude? Yoda. Okay, so my Yoda came to me.
So teaching you the Force.
He was teaching me the Force. My Yoda was Mr. Donaldson.
So that's your mentor.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we were good friends. He was friends with my brother at first, and then we kind of connected as friends. But he was a real sophisticated guy. Like he was older. He was older than me. He's always been older than me. So he was really sophisticated. Wear suits. He had a nice little jazzy place. He was real artistic. Me, when I was about 23, 24, I didn't have no, I had a regular guy apartment, just walk in there, it's dust all in you by your bathroom and everything. And you ain't, it looked like that. So he was like, we became friends, and he was like, what are you doing? Like one day he was like, oh, we're going to go out. I remember this day very vividly. He said, we're going to go out. And he said, I want you to put on a suit. So I didn't own no suits. Okay. I had like that one suit.
Okay.
That shirt suit. So she knows. I had the church suit. So and I don't want y'all to be going back on my Facebook and rolling back. If you roll back far enough, you're gonna see, ooh, he wasn't there. So I had the church suit. And when I came in with the church suit, I pulled up at his house. I get in there like, hey man, we're gonna go to the club. He said, that's not Tristan. Like
No.
he said no. He literally said no. So my first suit was my brother had a booger green suit. Like it was booger green. Like literally. That was, I don't know what my mom was thinking. Like, and I had I want to say, what was that suit? Brown, like two just ugly suits. Brown and brown. Yeah, boo boo. Yeah, two boo boo, and the other one. So I had a diary.
Healthy boo boo and bad boo boo. Okay.
So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take my green suit. So I took it over to his house. He said, first of all, he told me that's not. He basically said we're not gonna go out. So he said we're not gonna go out today.
Oh, you fucked up his whole mood.
Yes, he said first of all we're not gonna go out. No. He said we're not gonna go out, but you're not gonna go out with that. So he gave me his clothes.
So he gave you a makeover.
Yeah, he gave me his clothes. So he gave me a makeover. Man makeover. Yeah.
Okay.
But he told me when we came back, he said the first thing he told me was your suit doesn't fit. First thing I remember that day, he said your suit doesn't fit. He said who told you that you wear that size?
Did he make you feel like a peasant?
Not necessarily. Because I was lying. I said, what do you mean my suit doesn't fit? He said, look, let me show you something. He put on the suit. He's like, the suit shouldn't do this. It shouldn't have this. It shouldn't go here. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't have this flail right here. You shouldn't be able to do all. He's like, who bought you this suit?
Who raised you?
I was like, I was afraid to say my mother, but I wanted to say I got it on my own. But I was like, my mom.
Yeah.
He's like, we're gonna have to. So basically, he pulled. I'm gonna say, have you ever seen this movie called Crazy Stupid Love?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so. What's his face? Who's the white guy? Who's the white guy from Crazy Stupid Love that he takes Carell out.
Steve
and
Carell?
No, he takes Steve Carell out.
Okay.
And Steve Carell is this little joshy guy. He's 40 years old. He had his wife cheated on him, and he basically man makeover him. That's exactly what he did to me.
Oh, that's what Ryan Gosling. Huh?
Yeah, Ryan Gosling. That's his name, Ryan Gosling. So Ryan Gosling takes him out. My Ryan Gosling took me out and basically told me to bring my whole paycheck. Now it was about $300. You know, back then I wasn't doing that like that. So I took my other $300. He said, "Okay, so we're gonna have to take 2 paychecks."
So he called you bro.
He said, "You have to
bro.
get it together." So he said, "You gonna have to
put this
get
on
it together."
layaway.
Yeah, he said, so he takes me out. We go get the things right. So he's like, "Okay," so we go out and go pick some stuff. He starts telling me, "You just stop shopping here." No, we're not doing here. We need to go over here. So then he's like, one of my biggest things, I thought I was the man when I was shopping at Guess.
Okay.
Not Guess. I'm sorry, Express.
Oh,
Okay, Express, if you didn't know, and let me just give you a back, because a lot of people out there, I'm not gonna down y'all if y'all are wearing Express. I'm just gonna educate. I'm gonna educate y'all. Express is basically this standard stuff that they get you and they overcharge you for it.
Man.
So if you walk into Express and you walk out of Express looking Express fresh, I promise you 20,000 other people in San Antonio is going to be looking exactly like you.
Yeah.
Exactly. I'm talking about a male mannequin. You're going to be walking around freshing Express and then you can sell Express's stuff just by the patterns and the certain things and everything like that. So I had a closet full of Express. I was like, oh man, I'm doing it. I'm going to show them out. He said, no. He's the first thing he said, no. Don't. He said we don't do Express. He said he really wanted to say Express is for them white people. It's basically what he wanted to say, but he didn't really come out and say it. He said Express for them white people. We do us. Let them have Express. So gets me suited up, gets me tapered, gets everything like that. He said, look, this is what you're gonna spend some money.
Where did he take you to? Where did he take you to?
So in the beginning, he took me to a couple different places. One of them was the Buffalo Exchange. Some places to see. This is some stuff, some underground stuff that you ain't even really.
I thought you were gonna say
so,
Beacons or something.
Nah. He wasn't talking about expensive places. He was talking about stuff that you can get pieces. So he was artistic. So he didn't have to be. It didn't have to be brand new. It didn't have to be expensive. It didn't have to be. But you get pieces from different places.
That's real style.
And you
That's
put
how
them
you know
together.
A person got real style.
Yeah, statement pieces. You go somewhere, but he said stay away from K&G. That's what he told me. Stay away from K&G. He said you can walk in K&G. He said you immediately become 50 years old. You walk out of K&G. Yeah. He said you're gonna walk in there and get some suits. Said don't go there. Go there and get small things. It's the shoes, the accessories. He said don't go to places where everybody else shops. So I was like, well, damn, how do you do that?
Looking like everybody else?
Yeah. Then I was like, well, damn, how am I gonna do that? Everybody else shops there. So he's like, go to the outlets. Let's go to St. Marcus. He took the St. Marcus, and St. Marcus was definitely a play. He showed me to the outlet. At that point, I know the outlet was. So I was like, well, what? I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah.
I was like, I've never
Took
even
me to
done
another
this.
world.
See, I grew up in Gunrise, so we didn't have the outlets.
Mhm.
We didn't even have Ross. We had Walmart and Kmart. That was it. so we didn't have those particular those luxuries. So he basically gave me a little bit. He gave me the style, especially with shoes. He showed me basically the cut, the fit. He said basically, you know, this is what we're gonna do for you.
So he turned you from Steve Urkel to Stefan.
Truly, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
In a way.
Okay. So now you're in the game. You've been taught. You know how to do the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Do you look at other tuxedo companies, Men's Warehouse, and all that as competition?
No.
Are you saying no because they are no competition, or you don't actually look at them as competition?
No, the reason I don't look at it in competition is because what we do at our store is we specialize in weddings. Okay, let's just start with weddings because a lot of people think we do custom suits. Custom suits and everything is menswear and retail is a direction that we're going into as far as things. We also, you know, in a business where we also have our bread and butter. You never want to direct from what's the thing that's going to be making you the most money. Mm-hmm. So our bread and butter is our weddings. It is pretty much engulfed about 80% of our business. So we're being specialized or we're being recognized as being the formal wear. Now and then on top of that, we're being recognized as the black formal wear. So then we're like the black Men's Warehouse, but we're not. We don't compete directly with Men's Warehouse because Men's Warehouse is $1 billion company and they have retail stores nationwide, over 500 to 1,000 stores nationwide. They also own Joseph A. Banks. So, and they also own K&G. So that, yes, a lot of people didn't know that till now, but Taylor Brands owns those three particular ones. So basically,
that's the overall.
Mm-hmm. The umbrella company owns Men's Warehouse, Joseph A. Banks, and K&G. They're all owned.
So this is all about knowing your competition per se. That's why I was like, oh, yeah. How you know that?
I was an avid K&G shopper beforehand. Being not for myself, but I was putting together. I started doing styling, so I would style people with different pieces. So I would go. So I know people know me at K&G like they know me because I've been in there damn near every other day. Mm-hmm. So I don't look at them as particular competition because what they do and what I do is different. Like for instance, Alice Formal Wear and Rex. So Alice Formal Wear and Rex are only rental companies.
Okay. What are these? Are these a brand?
These are Alice Formal Wear and Rex.
Alice Formal Wear.
Alice Formal Wear and Rex Formal Wear are stores.
Okay.
They do rentals.
Okay.
We don't rent.
Okay.
Everything you buy from us is owned. You buy from us. Yeah, you're not returning nothing like that. You're gonna own everything from us. Especially, and then our pricing is so comparable to theirs to the point to where we're pretty much bullying our way into the market because they don't particularly like us. So they're like, dang, yeah, how are you selling the whole suit package for $249? And how are you including the shoes? And how are you not doing it as a rental? Like how are you doing that? I've been asked so many times like, what's your secret sauce? And I'm like, I can't give you the secret sauce.
I wouldn't either.
Like, I can't give you the secret sauce. But I'm like, how are you doing it? And they asked me that so many times. I just get annoyed with it. Mm-hmm. But as far as not seeing it as competition is because we do two different things, and also on top of that, Owls and Rex, they don't offer what we offer, so we don't consider them.
What is that? What is that setting you apart from these guys?
That means so being the fact that Men's Warehouse is a retail store, and Owls and Formal Wear are direct competition for us. Mm-hmm. So direct competition. You walk into Owls Formal Wear or Rex Formal Wear, you cannot get a custom suit for yourself. They can't give you a custom suit. They don't make suits. They're not a maker. They are a reseller. They resell or re-rent suits that they even bought from a company.
So they kind of like a boutique in a way?
They're like kind of like a boutique. So there's a thing, a lot of people, when you get deep into it, there's a thing called rental suits and there's real suits. Rental suits are made of a polyethylene fabric to where it's made to absorb sweat, made to be used. It's not the greatest material. It's the itchiest, worst material you could ever have. It's not made to have it slim fit. It doesn't do any of that. A rental suit is a rental suit. Mm-hmm. It's terrible. Our suits are real suits, meaning that they're actual fully grained suits. They're made for the actual individual. They're not made to be used for 20, 30 other people. They're made for that person. We also offer custom suits to where we build you a suit from scratch. Those other companies cannot do that. You can't walk in there. You can't walk in the house and say, hey, man, can I get a custom suit? They can't do that. And on top of that is their main thing isn't to sell you a suit. Their thing is to rent you a suit. Ours is to rent you. I mean, ours is to sell you the suit. We don't do any rentals.
Own it.
Yeah, you own it.
Okay. So what's the ultimate goal for Tuxedo Jones?
The ultimate goal for Tuxedo Jones is we're going to have we plan on opening up almost about 10 to 11 locations in 5 years.
How many do you have now?
We have one.
You have one. Okay.
We have one. But we've only operated our one location for less than 1 year. So we have been open since May of 2019 at our location, and we haven't came up on the second year. We're ready to go out to Austin come in June.
Really? Fat guy sizes.
We can do any size.
Any size.
Any size. When you make
one too big. One too small.
The reason I say, I was like, and that's not even just to flatter it. We do any size because you can do any size when you're making the suit. I made a suit for NFL players. I've made a suit for local celebrities. I've made suits for people that are almost 7 feet tall. One of our parties that we're doing right now, everybody in that party is 6'6" all the way up to 6'9". Woo! The biggest suit I've ever done was a 64 long, and then I think the tallest suit I've ever done was 7 feet. That was the tallest suit I've ever done, and I had to make that custom as well too. Oh, there's a lot of different types of suits. You're talking about 3-piece. You're talking about tuxedos. It's more into the fabric as well too. Okay,
so I was reading on your post, man, that you was outside of your store. And someone came up to you, and they was like, oh, okay, this is a nice store. You can help me with this, too, because they ended up going next door, and somebody was like, well, that's the owner, or something like that. Something like that happened. But wait, before the question is, in your experience, in your field, have you experienced racism?
Yes.
So tell me about some of those times.
All the time. And it's actually ridiculous, to be honest with you, because I can say that there's so many times that I've dealt with racism from customers just off the
in your store,
in my store. Yes, actual customers. And I say that to say this, like one of the times I can tell you this, that we had like direct racism from a customer, is being that people will walk into the store, and I have 2 employees there, will walk into the store, literally they're shopping around, looking around, this and this, and as soon as they find out that I'm the owner, it's like non-interest. We've been at shows, wedding shows. We do almost 13 wedding shows a year, and I've had people that come up to the booth, and they'll walk by, look us up and down, and like that, and keep it walking.
Come into the store.
Yeah, come into the store.
That you're they went, nigga alert.
They'll walk up to our booth, do the same thing. I'm like, we've had racism from all types of all different ways. I can definitely attest to that. I've dealt with it differently on a case by case basis, but most of the time I've just kind of like ignored it. I've tried my best to kind of get through it because I have a mission, and even with the racism and even with that, I've overcome so much with that I just kind of like I don't care anymore.
I need a story, man.
Miller says, tell them about the cops pulling up on us when we were loading.
Oh,
there we go. Give me a story.
Oh no, that one. She brings it up. So yes, so I'm outside my store on Bandera. We're loading up for a show. This is this show in January. We're loading up, so we're there late at night, almost about 1:00 in the morning. So we're loading up stuff into the car, so we don't have to come in the morning because we're about to go to the show the next day. So the two cops just pull into the parking lot, pull directly up to my store, and just sit there and look at us load the store up. Like we're literally just loading up mannequins, we're loading up this and this. So I'm like, I didn't know if they were under the impression that we were robbing the store or something like that. But I'm like, they just literally just looked at us, and if I had not said anything, I swear, if I had not gone to the door and pulled my key out and locked the door and turned the lights off, they would have approached us. They literally, they were like literally about 10, 15 feet away from us. It was 2 cop cars just looking at us, And we was like, and we felt uncomfortable. I'm not gonna lie, we felt uncomfortable. I was like, why are we being eyed down? You know, at this point in time. But yeah, I definitely remember that one. I was a little bit like, don't do this, not now, not now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about some of your best and worst experiences in your field. Well, dealing with clients, you know, because I know you do fashion shows sometimes,
Mhm.
right? You said weddings, shoot, maybe even quinceañeras, like.
Is it hard dealing with moms?
I don't do fashion shows anymore.
Okay.
I pick and choose fashion shows. I've been invited to so many of them. I declined so many of them. It's not a thing no more. Because the thing about it is like, how can I say this without being bougie? But
Be bougie.
Okay. Let me be bougie. All right. He gave me the green light to be bougie. Let me so I'm a businessman, and there's so many people that are in my field that do what we do. Not particularly menswear, maybe it's women's wear or any type of business of that nature. The successes of my business is because of my work and my work ethic, the way that we do things. We do things completely different from how everybody else does it. So if everybody else is doing this, we're doing this. And we've been so successful because we're not following them people. So when everybody else is wasting their time doing fashion shows and trying to do exposure and giving away free stuff and this, we're over here making money. So when I stopped doing that and when I stopped following them, I detached myself from everybody because I'm like, I was doing the fashion shows, I was doing the thing, and I was doing the Facebook posts, and I was doing the photo shoots and this, and I wasn't making no money. And I'm like, we're spending money to do fashion shows, to be in front of people that are not buying from us. So it's like, why are we spending money to be in front of people that's not interested in our product? So then it's like, why are we doing these photo shoots for the people that are not in our direct market? So we stopped doing the fashion shows. We don't deal with the models. We don't do none of that. I pick and choose what I want to do. Like if I want to do a fashion show and I think it's going to be worthwhile, I'm like, I'll do that. But I'm like, my inbox and my emails is full every single time of people that are trying to, let me try to get a free suit from you, and so I can promote it and get business, and I promote you and this and this. Yeah, that would have worked for somebody else, but it's not going to work for me because you're not going to approach a Men's Warehouse and say, hey, look, let me promote for you and this and this, because you always want to treat us because because it's a black-owned business or it's a small business, like we're a second hand. Like it's not, you're not going to think of us as the first hand. It's always going to be the second hand. We're always going to be in second place. And I frankly don't need it. There's enough people out here and there's enough money out here that are going to keep our doors open where we don't have to do that.
Give me.
Yeah.
What?
One question and then we gotta stay. So when you were doing fashion shows,
Yes, they were terrible.
we hear all the time that the female models are petty and all of that. Are the male models the same way?
When I was doing fashion shows, were the male models petty? No.
They're easy to work with?
I think that they're easy to work with, but I believe it's like, okay, how can I say this? Okay, you can find a pretty girl to do you can find a pretty girl to do modeling anywhere. You're not gonna find a handsome guy to do modeling for menswear. You look for male models. Half the time it's just people that want to model for you, want to throw on a suit and look cool. They want to do it for personal reasons, but they're not a model. So you end up with leftovers. So my models that I selected, I had to like pretty much hone over them to find them, and I'm like, they were great. They were okay for what I needed it, but at the level of what I'm doing now is that they wouldn't work now. But then for the job that it was doing right now, back then, it definitely worked. But for now, it wouldn't have worked.
Pharaoh Snail said the hat is fire.
Gracias. This is actually one of our hats that's going on now. I'm going to go ahead.
Got the Joe button going on.
I had to put it out there. We're working on some designs on them because we're gonna put some gold. I'm gonna put some gold, signature Tuxedo Jones signature under the brim, but I haven't really It would be because I had some people that said it wouldn't, but yes,
Yeah.
it had a lot of people. So
I need one of your greatest experiences, like where you looked at and you were like, "Well done." You know what I'm saying? You pat yourself on the back.
Oh, I had one just this week. I completely murdered this dude's prom outfit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to pat myself on the. I was in the middle of a consultation when he came in for the fitting. I had to literally get up out my seat, go over there, and look at that dude's suit because it was absolutely the best suit I've ever done.
Yeah.
And the sad part about it, I cannot believe we did that one. The way he looked in and everything was just perfect. He had the shoes on. I was gonna post. I haven't posted it yet. It'll probably go out this week. No. It would make me mad if he didn't send me the pictures from his prom. It would make me mad if he didn't send me the pictures but we absolutely slayed. I'm like slayed that suit. And we're about to do another one for another guy for a wedding that I think is going to come out great. He picked some absolutely good fabric. See, when people spend like when they let me do me, like when you come in and I get to have a little bit of control. Like you're not all picky. Like, oh, I would never do that. I would never wear that. I would never do this. Like, look, let me show you. Put this together, everything like that. And he was like, man. I was like, dude, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna kill it. Nobody's gonna walk in there. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can definitely. If you come in there, I can definitely pick some. Like, I love it when people tell me, oh, well, what do you think? What's your recommendation? I said, well, if you're gonna let me, if you're gonna let me do me, let me do me. But if you're not gonna do it, don't say don't be mad.
Yeah. The most unconventional type.
The ones
of
that I wasn't truly proud of. I have a few of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that you weren't proud of, but they were different. They weren't your.
They had the sleeves cut off or something.
Oh, okay. Those are normally the ones that I don't like, but it's like when they're not unconventional. They're just the ones I'm like, I wouldn't have picked that one.
Mm-hmm.
I've done some customer ones that I'm like, I wasn't too proud of. I can't really describe them because if the customers are watching this particular show, they'll be like, so you did my suit and you didn't like it though. So I've done a lot of suits. So if I start describing it, they might be like, hey, that's my suit. Mm-hmm. That was the purple one with the flyer, but you told me it was fly though. And I'm like, nah.
I had to.
Yeah, I had to. I told some people, but I'm pretty transparent. I'll tell people my personal opinion in the middle of the thing. So if they don't like it, they don't like it. But that's the short suits. That was
the shoots with shorts.
Yeah, suit with shorts.
Horrible.
No, we're not going to talk about the suit with shorts. I actually like those. No, I actually like the suits with the shorts. Some of them. He had suit short or short suits.
They were ready to go surf. What was going on here?
He bought a lot of them too.
Yeah,
he bought about 4 of them.
That's what I'm talking about.
That's one of my best.
I made some money.
Excuse me, Mrs. Dreadmill. That's actually one of our best customers. I'm just trying to figure out why you want to bring him up. He definitely go. He gonna be watching. He's one of our best customers at this particular point. We got a gold star by his name. We're actually in the making of trying to put together a YouTube page for that. We got so many different things going on, from the store to the expansion to the mobile to freaking Austin to going up to Dallas to getting 2 cargo vans to having 2 employees to going to 10 employees. We have retail. We just opened up a second. Oh yeah, I was gonna say that. I was waiting to say that. Hold on. But yeah, we're actually opening up a second part of our store that we've been working on, possibly next month. A lot of people, they know our store is this small little store, but actuality, we opened up a second suite to the store, so our store just became. So
you're knocking down walls. And
we're knocking down a wall this week to actually expand our store out. The address to the store is 6510 Bandera Road.
Okay, so I seen you had made a post a little while back, and it said, I want to know what you meant when you said, wasting your time impacts you more than wasting your money.
Yes, that's very powerful. Very example. Very powerful. So, what I basically meant is wasting your time is more. It impacts you more than wasting your money. So your time basically is more important than your money. Okay. I can't get my time back, but I can get the money back. So if I spent something and I took a loss on something monetarily, I can go ahead and recuperate that, but I can't recoup time. So if I sit here and I wasted 8 or 9, 10 hours a day, working at a job that I don't like, working at a job that I completely hate. I can't get that time back.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to get off my ass and go find a job that I feel comfortable giving away my time for money. So, and I'm like, a lot of people didn't like my post before that. I had a post before that when I said, if you've been at a job, and I still stand firmly, no matter how many people slaughter me about it, but I still stand firmly. If you've been at a job for more than 2 years and you have not got promoted, or you're not where you want to be, you need to go ahead and quit that job. Because I'm like, if you've been at a job for 5 years and you're still getting paid the same amount of money, you need to go ahead and quit that job. Because if you're satisfied with making $7-8 an hour for 5 years, as an employer, let me tell you this, as an employer, I have 2 employees. If I'm going to pay my employees $10 an hour, let's just say that, $10 an hour, and I've been paying them $10 an hour for 5 years, and they've never had a problem with it, I'm going to continue to pay them $10 an hour for 5 more years, because because at this point, and now as an employer and as a business and as a company, let me just explain this a little bit. There's a thing called revenue. So we're making our let's say our company takes in $500,000 a year. We're on fire. I'm paying you $10 an hour. Next year, we taking $1 million an hour. I mean, $1 million a year. I'm still paying you $10 an hour. 3 or 4 years later, we're taking in $5 million, and you're still getting paid $10 an hour. At the end of the day, who's doing the labor? You are. Y'all are the employees. Y'all are the company. Y'all are doing what's making this company money. You need to be compensated for that. And if you're still getting paid $10 an hour, and you're giving this company and making this company $5 million a year, you need to go ahead and find another company to work for it.
Or you can start making your own company, because you're making them a lot of money.
Exactly. That's why I say, I'm like, I that's why I said when I meant about the time and everything like that, because I clearly feel like if you're wasting valuable time, you need to go ahead and get compensated for it.
So looking at your suits, man, I've seen so many different styles, so many different fabrics. I haven't seen an Avengers one. Like I'm a Marvel fan all the way. You know what I'm saying? So that made me hype. I shared it immediately. You know what I mean? But what all types of styles and fabrics do you have at your location?
I have over 500 different fabrics at the location. We're about to go up to 1,000 fabrics in the next couple of months. We're going to be bringing, and that's our fabrics. So that's house fabrics. So we're going to be bringing in name brand fabrics like Zegna, Esmeralda Zegna. We're going to be bringing in Cavani, things of that nature.
What's so great about these?
So fabrics? These are going to be fabrics that are seen on like the more higher price suits. Like if you go into Men's Warehouse or Joseph A. Banks and you're going to want to make an Esmeralda Zegna suit, they're going to charge you about $1,300 for the suit. So you're looking at also with Sebastian Couture. I don't know if you're familiar with that. Sebastian Couture is another one that's like internet famous suits, which is basically he sells regular base suits that anybody else can make, but then he has a name behind it and got a couple people to kind of push it behind it. So now he's selling his suits for almost the jackets for almost $1,000. So just the jacket, not even the pants. So the pants are almost $500. So you'll spend $1,500 to just get a suit with them, and then you still got to get it tailored to make it look like that. So we're going with those. Those are the ones that are going to be. That's a Cavani fabric that he has on his. So he, as much as he wants to say that it's his fabric, it's actually Cavani. We actually just remade 2 suits of that, and we have a suit in order right now with the same fabric that they use for Sebastian Couture.
Any different types of suits? What are they? Do suits have different names?
No, they have different names. Like a double. This is a double-breasted suit. You have a double-breasted, a single-breasted, a single button. They have the single button. They have a 5-button on the side. They have 4-button style.
What do you like? You like double breast?
My favorite type of suits is gonna be. I like double-breasted suits here and there. I actually like.
So you're a breast man?
Yeah. The double-breasted man. I'm not a single-breasted man. I'm a double-breasted man. I actually like the. I actually like a 2-button suit. 2-button suit. Peak lapel, hand stitching around the sides, and a nice lining. I keep it simple. It's one of my favorites because peak lapels are not seen on a suit that you can buy in the store. You have to actually make a peak lapel suit, or you're going to spend a little bit more money. But you're not going to walk in Macy's and see a peak lapel suit. The lapel is going to be this little strip right here. This is going to be a notch lapel. A peak lapel is going to poke out and then come like that.
I seen in a lot of your suits, a lot of the extra stuff is on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Is there such thing as putting something on the outside?
Yes, you can have you can have so many different you can have velvet on the outside. You can have an embossed velvet on the outside of the suit. You can have it to where if it's embossed on it, that means like if you can feel the actual design raised on the suit. That's an expensive one as well too. The custom buttons are another one too. If you want to put your name on the button around that, that's another little trick on there too that we kind of hit hard on.
So give me some of the prices on some of your suits. And
Somebody came in, they want to get a regular custom suit 2-piece. They're gonna be looking at somewhere about $399 starting.
Okay.
So comparable to everybody else, it's the exact same price. If you walk somewhere else, we just have better fabric.
How expensive can it go?
You can go all the way up until I think the most expensive suit we sold was $995, and that's gonna be you're gonna be looking at one of the raised fabric, embossed, custom everything from top to bottom. But you're gonna be getting what you paid for. I can definitely assure you on that.
So you said this is one of your hats. What other hats do you have?
What other hats?
Oh, I have quite a few. I have not released the hat collection. I believe it's on our website because we're getting a redesign on our website.
What's that hat called?
This one.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be a regular brim. I want to take it off with my haircut. Don't judge me, please.
Yeah.
Don't judge me. But this is gonna be a flat brim, and then we're gonna have it's gonna be a red brim under it. So under it is gonna be fully red, and I can make the top color any color I want, of course.
With having the style, could you wear a suit or a tuxedo with a regular cap, or you can only wear it with a hat like that?
I obviously wouldn't wear it with something else regular. I'm not into the whole. People have taken my suits and pieced them apart and put on tennis shoes and this and this. I'm not really into that. I'm gonna keep it from top to bottom.
You do shoes as well?
Yes, I do. I do custom shoes.
Oh man,
well.
I seen some shoes that were so fire, two-tone looking.
The shoes are not out. The shoes are not being released. I have not released it. I have a lot of stuff. I'm Jerry season. Very seasoned.
Look.
I have custom shoes that are coming out that are because we wanted to. What I've been waiting on is I want to open the store up first. I take my time with stuff. I know I have custom shoes. I know I can do the custom shoes. There's a little tease here and there. I know I can do custom hats. I can do custom belts. I can do custom suits, shirts, everything from top to bottom.
Socks.
I can do socks as well. So I have this thing where so a lot of the businesses go in debt by assuming debt. Basically, they go out and go get loans and things like that. And I almost was going to run that play. I ran that play before. So I'm like, before I open my business, I'm like, oh man, I asked the black community, I asked everybody, the banks, everybody basically, hey, look, you want to invest in Tuxedo Jones? Pretty much everybody slammed the door in my face and said, no, we can't do it. Banking with me, everything like that. But then when everything was like started going and I started producing revenue, then it's like, hey, let me come in and invest with y'all. Let me do this. Hey, you looking for about like, nah, at this point, I don't need it. So instead of taking out loans, I'll just hold back. I'll just go ahead and take all of the. If we're making money, I'll just reinvest that money to where I'm not assuming debt. I'm doing that for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
So instead of taking out these lavish trips, paying myself this big high salary, doing this and this and all that stuff, I'm investing to my business until it builds an empire. Because when I do sit back and say, "Whew, okay, I'm done," then I can take all that money that's coming in and it's just gonna start flowing in. Because now I got 3 locations. I got 2 people on here. I got 6 people on staff. I ain't got to be there 6 days a week. Mm-hmm. So but that's a lot of businesses do the opposite and say, oh, now, they gave me $100,000. I'm gonna go take 50 of it and pay myself, and they take the other 50 and do this and this. And I'm like, that's not the formula that we're working on. So instead of going out too fast, I'm like, we offer shoes, we offer this, we offer that, we offer that. We offer what's working now, and then we're like, okay, we'll release shoes when we're ready. We'll go ahead and open up this when we're ready, But if you came to me and you wanted to do something, if you came to me and say, I want some custom shoes, I'll definitely do it, but I'm not advertising it just yet because I'm not ready for the actual return on it. I'm not ready to open up and have 45 orders for this and this when I'm already got my plate full.
So when you finally do it, is it going to be like a big event or?
I think I've been doing well without having a lot of advertisement. So I'm like, I think we start doing TV advertisement in fall. We wanted to do radio coming up this summer. So I'm like, we're going as the budget allows. So it's like when we do release, like we start doing that, it'll probably be on a TV ad or a radio ad and things like that. But we're not gonna do with the whole let's do an event. This is I wouldn't go with that.
Do we have any comments? Anything anybody had to say? Okay, cool. Before we go forward, because I want to switch it up.
Okay.
So before we go forward, though, anything we need to know? Anything you want? Anything?
We see my first time buyers.
People who first time buying the tuxedos.
Oh, okay. First time. I'm thinking like homes. I'm like, wait, a home.
No.
First time buyer for a tuxedo. Yes, that's actually a really good thing. You need to actually know what you're buying. If you're buying a tuxedo store or in a tuxedo store, you're not going to buy a tuxedo from a regular suit store because 9 times out of 10 they don't sell it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going, I would say just make sure it looks nice. What they're talking about, and they specialize in this particular field, aka Tuxedo Jones.
Right.
We did, and there's a big huge difference between a suit and a tuxedo.
So if I went to court, am I gonna get off?
That's you might get looked at. You might get looked at. You know,
life. Where'd you get your suit from?
Where'd you get that? Let's fly. Yeah. So if you see us at Instagram, you can find us on Instagram at Tuxedo Jones, and find us on Facebook at Tuxedo Jones. Our address is 6510 Bandera Road. You can call us if you need to set up an appointment. 210-446-0104.
Don't waste his time.
Yeah, don't waste the time. Or hit us up on the website www.tuxedojones.com.
Okay, so you have children, correct?
Yes.
How many?
I have 3.
3.
Yeah, 3
girls,
kids.
boys, girls.
I have 2 boys and 1 girl. I got a 4-month-old at the house.
How old is the oldest?
The oldest is 10.
10.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on D Wade and his situation? Could you handle that?
Oh, you definitely put a whole switch. God,
yeah,
sure. that was a 180. You said switch it up. I thought we were gonna go into something else. You went to a whole nother direction.
We took away from.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So say that again. Say that one more time.
I want to know how you would handle D Wade's situation, being that you have sons.
Mm-hmm.
How would you handle D Wade's situation with his?
If my son,
it's totally different with a son and daughters. I want to go with son.
Okay, so if I was D Wade and my son, or me commenting on him outside of the situation.
If this happened to you today, what are you gonna do? How are you gonna handle?
To be honest with you, I don't think that it would happen to me today. I feel like the situation would have been handled differently to me, because I wouldn't have let it got that far.
What do you mean by that? You gonna beat the gay out of him?
Nah, it's not beating the gay out of him. I don't think it has anything to do with being gay. But I also has to do with something about understanding. And my son is 10 years old. My son to come to me at 10 years old and tell me that he's gay because he doesn't understand what being straight is. You know, so he has to have an understanding of his own sexuality before he can make a determination as to what sexuality.
I want to stop you there because I had my homosexual episode, and I was talking to those men. Man, it started for them as young as kindergarten. I'm talking about the attraction. I'm not talking about being molested.
You're talking about having homosexuals on the show.
I had a whole LGBTQ episode. What I'm saying is, when I asked them the question about when did you know you were gay, a lot of them said it started when kindergarten. Like, and even the other guy looked over him like, "What, kindergarten? Like, that's young." So
but the thing about it is, I can't say that that's true or not true because I'm not a homosexual. So I don't go through those particular struggles or any type of, I don't live that particular lifestyle. So I wouldn't know what they go through directly.
Right. But you made the statement of, that's not.
But necessarily, you know, when I was 10, you know, as far as sexually, you can't, homosexual is somebody that chases or wants to be with the same sex. And 9 times out of 10, they have some type of sexual desire to be with that particular person. Now, as a heterosexual, you have the sexual desire to be with somebody that's opposite sex. But at that point, when I was 10 years old, me personally, it has nothing to do with them. I didn't have a sexual desire to do with anybody. So being the fact that I didn't have a sexual desire.
So you tell me you never got caught watching porn at 10 years old?
No, not at 10. No, not at 10 years old. I'm like, you know, if you're getting caught watching porn at 10 years old,
or the nasty books,
you know, at 10 years old is a little young to be getting caught. But the thing about it is, my mom, I was raised differently, but everybody's raised, and you're right when you said that it's different now because sex is being introduced to kids way earlier. Like I wasn't introduced. I didn't know anything about sex and things like that until I was almost into high school. Like, not that I'm saying I didn't know about it, but it wasn't like desire to do it, chasing and things like that. You know, we knew, oh, okay, something come on, when a scene come on, or we about to watch this movie, y'all got our kids go in the room, you know, that type of thing. But that's like, but now it's different because now you're sitting down watching movies that have sex scenes, and your kids is right here.
So now we know it's different. How are you going to handle it with your son?
If my son came to me, you know,
and it's not only even saying it was crazy is he didn't only say he was homosexual. He said he wants to dress and be
he said he was transgender.
He said he was transgender.
I don't see the thing. That's the thing. I don't believe that he can be transgender at 12 years old. That I don't believe that. Now, I also don't believe in supporting that at 12 years old.
You're not going to support it.
Hell no. No.
How are you going to have that talk? What are you going to tell him? Wait till you're 16?
I know it's not gonna wait till you're 16. It's wait till you a grown ass man. You paying your grown ass bills. That's what it's gonna be.
So you're gonna make him wear your suits when he wouldn't wear a dress?
No, I ain't gonna make him wear no suit. But I'm not gonna be a fool. You know, I'm not gonna be made a fool. You know, this isn't. I'm not Magic Johnson or anything like that. Where I'm gonna have my son that I didn't raise. You know, when I held on to him, I didn't think that. Oh, okay, I'm gonna be holding him today, and he's gonna have daddy's little boy, and then all of a sudden he's gonna be wearing dresses and putting on makeup and press on. That's not what I'm. You know, and I'm not saying that I wouldn't accept it. I'm just saying that he can do what he wants to do. When he is a grown person and he can make the decision on his own. But as long as you live under my house and I'm paying bills and I'm doing this and this, I'm going to be making those decisions for you. And it has nothing to do about I'm not gonna have a problem with you being homosexual or this and this, but I'm not gonna have you bring your boyfriend over my house or bringing dudes over my house and y'all and having it's not gonna be like that.
Earlier, you had said that pretty much you're not going to make me look a certain type of way.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
How, first of all, do you think that's fair? Is that a pride thing? Matter of fact, that's the question I'm looking for. Is that a pride thing on your part?
I don't think it's necessarily on that. I think it's more about what's appropriate. And I think having my son out here in some drag queen dress at 14, 15 years old, just to me isn't appropriate. Yeah, I just don't think it's appropriate. I think, you know, if he wanted to be 18, 19, 20, when he's out here on his own, living his own life and doing his own thing, then he can do what he wants. But I feel like when you're under my roof, you're going to live by my rules. I'm not going to have you out here doing these particular things.
So you're not being selfish.
No, I don't think it's being selfish. I don't think it's being selfish. I think that, you know, and I think that's the pretty much from the comments that I've heard and people that saying, I think that's the best approach from what I've been hearing from other people. Because other people say, oh, that could be this and this, and I want to beat him and anything like that. I'm like, I'm not gonna beat you if that's the decision that you make, but just understand that it will be different. But I think a lot of people are under this whole lie stuff. The biggest lie that I think people are under is when they sit there and try to say that, oh, if my son comes out gay, I'm gonna just go ahead and love him the same way. I'm gonna love him the same. I'm gonna love him. It ain't gonna change. After I said no, you stop lying to yourself. And it's easy to say that when it's not you. It's not you.
You ain't been through it.
You ain't been through it, so it's easy to say that. It's I'm gonna love him the same. No, your son. If your son that you didn't already develop this relationship with, you didn't already had plans in your head. You didn't see your son going to the NBA, playing on the football team, getting girls, this and this. You didn't have this whole envision of what you was gonna raise your son to be, and he goes in and tells you that all of a sudden I like boys.
That's what I'm saying. How's that not selfish?
It's going to crush your soul.
It's going to crush
you. It's going to crush your. I'm saying that as a parent for anybody, whether me be anybody. It's going to crush your soul.
It's going to crush mine.
It's going to crush your soul. I don't want to hear the whole. I'm going to love them the same. It's going to crush your soul. So, being that it's going to crush your soul on that particular thing, you know, just be honest. I feel like people haven't been honest with themselves when they be like, oh, well, I'm gonna just love them the same. No, you're gonna love them just a little bit differently than what you had envisioned. Because you're gonna love them as your son, but you're gonna love them differently because of their particular decision. You know, if your son is a child molester, you're gonna love them the same. No, you're going to love them differently.
That was good. not
I'm
gonna
like,
lie.
if your
That
son
was
comes to
good.
you and says, if your grown son comes to you and says, I
But-
like children.
But some think about this. Some mamas like some mamas don't. They just that love is unconditional. Like the mamas that have sons that are crackheads and they steal from them all the time, and yet they still let them back in. You know what I'm saying? Like
It's stupid.
Yeah,
It's
it is,
stupid.
it is,
I'm like,
it
it's
is.
stupid. It's stupid. You steal from me once, I'm gonna lock my doors.
ah,
So I'm saying,
So do you see it being something different if it was your daughter?
would it
Do
be
I
different
see
if
it
it was your
being-
daughter?
yes,
Yes, I
I do.
can answer that.
it is a double standard. It's a double standard, and it's a double standard. It's one of the double standards that we do support. It's the only double standard we do support because if it was my daughter and she came to me and said that, now honestly, to be personally, I would feel slightly the same.
Yes,
Slightly.
Is
the
it
same.
because you feel like your lineage might stop?
The lineage?
Because I have nothing but girls, so to me, I say yes. If that was told to me, yes. But then it's like, but dang, that means it stops with us. You know what I'm saying? Like it stops with
Not
y'all.
necessarily, because they can sit up there and get impregnated and have the baby together.
Okay, that is
Like,
true.
That's true, but I feel like also that it's if my daughter came and told me something, I would. To me personally, let me backtrack. I'm like, I can't 100% say that it's different. I do support the double standard, probably, but I would still feel a little bit slightly the same. Not because of the lineage, but also because of the fact that I envision my daughter doing something
I was
completely
thinking
different.
about that the other day. Oh, what's the question?
So the question is, why could he not do all of those things and be gay? So what if he's dressing in the suit and all of that? And
No. You're saying so? What if he's wearing a dress and playing football? Is that what the person's saying?
No. He's talking about I'm assuming they're saying if they wanted to be gay, but not the flamboyant gay. Because and that's a lot of things. Because this is the thing. I deal with. I'm actually the number one LGBT wedding wedding vendor here in San Antonio. The number one. I can actually say that because we're in third place on other things, but we're the number one LGBT. That means we do more gay weddings than anybody else. I've seen more homosexual customers than anything. And from my understanding is a lot of people get it twisted. A lot of people are very judgmental when it comes to homosexuals, and they always think that all the homosexuals are this flamboyant, this and this, and blah blah blah. But they're not.
They can be Damon.
They can be the ones Damon, the one that ain't the ones that dress and move like everybody else, doing this and this, and then they're just like men. And for that to be said, I would, if they were one of those homosexuals that are into like a little less flamboyant, it would be a little bit easier to deal with when in the house.
Fucked up, but that's the truth.
When they're in the home. But if they're if they're on that flamboyant, they want to be the male or they want to be the woman, this and this, that I can't deal with in the home. But they can do that when they have their own home. But I couldn't deal with it.
Drea says she'll love her sons the same, but it would be an adjustment.
That's the same that I just said. It's not about. I think you would love them the same as far as like the love part, but the adjustment is the same part when I said that it would be just a little bit different. You would have to make some type of like you're not going to sit there and say that they're going to they said they're gay the next day you're going to be we're like nah, it's going to be a minute, especially for a guy, it's going to be a minute.
Would you be afraid of what your friends would say? Would that be one of the biggest fears?
I think we're in 2020. I don't think I really think there's more. I really don't, because I'm like, we're in 2020. 9 times out of 10, there's one person that's gay in your family, and matter of fact, it's probably a good 40% that somebody's gay in your family in the Black community, because everybody's family got that one gay person or two.
How important is your friend's opinion how important is your friend's opinions to you?
My friend's opinions, you're asking the wrong person. I could give a damn. The real reason.
How is being a child molester compared to being gay? Being a molester actually harms another being.
Yes.
A child at that. Being gay hurts no one.
Well, this is true. What we're getting at is the feeling you get from
feeling you get. It had nothing to do with that. The feeling you get from them is what we were trying to get to say. And even if we referred to say if it was a crackhead, a crackhead is another example too. So I'm like, if there was a crackhead, it would be something similar to the same thing.
Okay. So I was asking you about your opinion with your friends. How important though is it to have successful friends in your circle?
Oh, very important. Very important. I'm talking about that as probably, if not the number one, it's definitely in the top 5. The reason you need to have successful friends in your circle is because you emulate and you need some people that you want to be like.
You got pushed off over something like that?
You need to have, if you want to be a millionaire, you need to have somebody in your circle that's damn near a millionaire or damn near on their way, because you need to say, damn, I want to be like that person.
Yep.
Damn, what are they doing? Damn, what are they doing that I'm not doing? If you got broke people in your friends that sit around and smoke weed, sit on the couch all day, then what the hell? What do you think you're going to be doing? Where do you think you're going to be?
Mm-hmm.
All they're doing is talking about scamming on taxis. Oh man, you know, I got taxis to come around. You know, I got to go ahead and get it.
These chip subs,
Gotta get these chips. You know, you got. I'm like, but y'all sit there or the people. Let me just for a second. Let me go ahead and just put them there.
Mm-hmm.
All the people that's high side on Facebook, high side. You know, and I have a lot of people that are on the high side. I can pretty much the Bible of high siding when it comes to Tuxedo John, because we have dozens of customers come in our store and they pull up in Range Rovers and they pull up in Lexuses and they pull up in Panameras, and then they come in there and I tell them it's $995. That's $995. It comes up to $1,082 with taxes, and they act like then the first thing they want to come out their mouth and say this. What's the deposit? Let me tell you something. Tuxedo Jones Menswear does not have a deposit. We don't have a deposit. We don't have a deposit. We ain't got a layaway. We ain't got a credit. We ain't got none of that. So when you come in, especially when you come in here and you talk about, or the people that come in here and think that they got 10, 15 groomsmen. So, you know, if I got 15 groomsmen, can I get a discount? Can I get it for free? No, you get the exact same services that everybody else get. You know, I feel like when folks make it seem like they got it like that, because Instagram has convinced y'all that they taking trips every day, they over here in Barbados and they spending this money and everything like that. But they may be in Barbados and flying over to they might be I should say they might be in Deliveroo. They might both be in Calabasas and all that stuff. But let me tell you something about those people, because I got a couple of those people in the circle. I look at them from a distance because I know them personally. They can be doing this and a third, but when they bank account on zero and they got the and they debit card is declined and they check and they thing in overdraft, as soon as they check hit, it got to get eat up by the overdraft and everything like that. Or you got to check your account when you go to the store. You know, when you go into the grocery store and you got the groceries in there and you're like, damn, I think it's $154, but I think I got $153. But let me go. If you got to open your phone and check your account before you need to buy, you can't afford it. You shouldn't buy it. You shouldn't buy it, but a lot of people just go ahead and do it anyway. Push it on through. Hit the overdraft fee. I'm gonna pay $35 because I ain't about to look bad in HEB. But I'm like, I literally, but I am the last person. I stopped caring about what my friends think because I started caring about what I think. I have 3 kids and a wife, and those are the only 3 people. Those are the only people that have an opinion and that I actually care about at this particular point. But before then, I cared about. I'm talking about everybody had an opinion. Oh, let me do this. Let me go ahead and fix it. Let me do this. I stopped doing it.
I'm glad you brought up the wife. So I got a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Should posting pictures of your significant other really be that important?
No.
Should it be able to start an argument?
No.
Not at all.
Not at all.
So you will be perfectly fine. Your partner never posted you not one time in the world.
I don't know if I would be. Now I don't know if I would be perfectly fine with it, but I feel like we are. You know, our relationship is our relationship.
Shouldn't be based off Facebook.
It shouldn't be based off Facebook and how many times we post about it and things like that. Because at the end of the day, I go lay with this person and I'm getting off work. I go see this person. I'm eating this food. That's all that pretty much matters at that point. But a lot of people get too twisted up in Facebook relationships and Instagram relationships and how many pictures we take and how many things like that. And that's kind of like how things get ruined, you know.
So even if that person is on Instagram, on Facebook, posting it up all the time, and you've been together with this person 5-6 years, and they've never. So
they post with themselves, selfies, the ice cream, food porn, but they ain't posting their partner.
The only way that I would say that would be okay. Now 5-6 years and they have and they're posting like that. I'm assuming they have a brand or a business. If they have neither, then it's not acceptable. Because if you have a brand or a business, then there's no reason for you to be posting your partner 24/7 because your partner is not part of that brand. Like I own Tuxedo Jones. So my wife isn't gonna be on my Facebook page 24/7 of the time because she's not part of my brand. Now, whenever if I do a picture and it has something to do with both of us and everything like that, then she's part of the brand, and I'm like, yes. But like initially, it's not a problem, and she doesn't have a problem with that.
Drea says people who post the most are trying to prove that something is real when it's not.
True.
Yeah.
True. I believe that. I definitely believe that.
So I'm gonna give you a scenario. You ready?
Okay. I'm ready.
All right. So this is Drea. Is that your wife?
Yeah, that's my wife. He figured it out.
Listen up, Drea.
Drea really is definitely my wife.
Here's your scenario.
I know. Hey, shout out to Drea.
Your wife has had a newborn baby. Okay.
She just did. So
That's why I made it more real. I was on it.
I see her.
So your wife had a newborn baby.
Okay.
You get a phone call, and it's China. They say, "Sir, we like what you're doing. We want you to come and expand your business here in China." Right? Big money. Now, but your wife is like, "Nah, baby, we got a newborn baby. I can't. You're going for a month, mind you. I can't have you gone for a month. I need you here."
A month?
A month.
She's gonna let me go.
Huh?
She's gonna let me go.
Okay.
A
2
month.
months, whatever. The time she's not agreeing. She's not agreeing with you going. The coronavirus is over there, babe. I don't want you going.
now you went to a whole other thing.
Yeah.
That was cool with corona.
Yeah.
I was like, she might say no to that one. Okay.
So what you gonna do? This is a great opportunity for you. But your wife is like, no, I don't want you going over there and dying. Oh, we got a newborn. I don't want you bringing it back. Go ahead.
It's probably gonna be it's gonna be more depending on what type of, like, going to China to do something like that. For one, I operate off of type of, I know, right? I said she gonna let me go for it, but like I operate on top of it. Like, for one, I'm gonna need my cash up front. That's the key. We need the cash up front.
She said no. She said no, though.
And on top of that, if my wife says that she feels uncomfortable with me going for a month, and it's only this has to be the opportunity of a lifetime, or the world.
We'll say that it's an opportunity of a lifetime. What you gonna choose?
If it's an opportunity of a lifetime, then we would have to agree to that together. But if not, opportunities come and go.
Opportunity. I would have to. Dang, he love you, girl.
I would have to. The reason I would have to, because I can give you an example. Like, when we've been offered to people have been offered to buy our business 3 times. So if you didn't know, Tuxedo Jones, people are interested in having our trademark. Our trademark and our logo are one of the hottest commodities, apparently. So we've been offered $100,000 at one point, like early in the business. Like, I want to say 3 months into us getting our location, somebody offers $100,000. We said no. Then I want to say, like, at the end of this year, somebody offered $500,000 for it, and we still said it. Just recently, we just got offered $1 million.
Ooh, shit!
Yeah, $1 million to take Tuxedo Jones off your hands. Now, $1 million. Sweat equity. I put in almost 6.5 years. $1 million is enough. Now you break down $1 million. That's $712 after taxes. Then you take down all your debt that you're gonna pay off. I'm gonna do this and this, and that's $400,000 after that.
I wasn't even thinking about that.
Yeah. $1 million and $1 million. $1 million is $750,000. Actually, $700,000 after taxes. So you're looking at $700,000. You basically sold your business for $700,000, and then $600,000 after you pay off debt or whatever you're gonna. If you debt free, then that's
what is your selling point?
I wouldn't sell. I'm interested in selling Tuxedo Jones after I get, probably about 40 years old. 40. So
you talking about franchising or selling?
I would franchise it before then. The franchising opportunity is definitely going to be coming up in 2 years. So less than 24 months, our franchising opportunity. We have multiple people asking us about franchising from Missouri. We have multiple people asking about franchising from Florida, all the way out to Louisiana. So we actually actively have the franchising part open. We're just not releasing it just yet.
Would you work it to where you still get a piece of?
Yes. Yeah, sell a piece. I'm talking about, like, sell a piece of it. I wouldn't sell a piece of it for $1 million, but I'm like, a lot of people are like, oh, why you didn't go to Shark Tank? I'm like, because we wouldn't go to Shark Tank because obviously they ask for way too much equity in the business. And I think that what we're doing, we've done so much in less than a year. We opened up a location, expanded location. We've had we basically brought in over 300 something weddings. We are on track to do over 500 weddings this year. Like we're rocking and rolling. Why would we sell it?
Can you explain to the people what equity is?
Equity is interest in the business. So a business has like 100% equity. So I am the 100% owner of Tuxedo Jones. There's nobody on our business. Our business is 100% debt free. We don't have no debt.
Wow, that's
so
amazing.
Debt free, Black, and 100% owned by one individual person.
Amazing.
It's hard. That is an extremely hard thing to do. So equity, if somebody came in and say, look, I want to buy into your business, I want to own 30% of it, and I'll give you $1 million. That means they're going to give me $1 million. $1 million is going to go into the business, and I'm going to give them 30%. So now I own 70%, and that person owns 30%. So the way that they profit is if they profit off of revenue and dividends.
And growth.
So basically, after you pay your taxes, after you pay your employees, after you pay that, whatever money is left over, you divide that, and that's how much you basically pay the people that own it. So the owner's I take 70% of the profit, they take 30% of the profit. That's how that works.
When I asked you that question earlier, about China and so forth, how do you make the decisions between, because you seem like you're passionate about family and you're very passionate about your business. How do you make a decision between family and business?
Very difficult. It's a very difficult fine line, because right now I work almost like I work 6 days this week and then 7 days today, because I had to go in and go do some stuff at the store. So I'm everywhere. It's very until I get my wife out of work and fully retired, which we plan to do this year. Then it's just sacrifices, and a lot of people that's normally the breaking point, because when you're sacrificing your time, you're like, damn. I ain't seen my wife, or I ain't see this and this. You can't do this and this and this, but you're sacrificing this now so you can do it later. Mm-hmm. So I'll sacrifice putting in 7 days a week, do this and this, taking all a little bit of time when I can go ahead and assess it. And I can assess it later, because if I want to take a $400,000 salary in the next 2 years, I can do so because I didn't sacrifice all the work before that. Mm. But if I want to take a $50,000 salary now, that's all. I want to take $50,000 out the business because I just need to get paid right now. Then that's all. Then you're putting all the stress on your business to where you can't pay. Your businesses can't grow because you're taking this fat salary or this salary that's unnecessary. But I have a partner. See, my wife is my partner. Mm-hmm. So she owns the business just like I own the business. 100%. 100%. So I own 100%. She owns 100%. So, and when you get the right partner that's going to work with you and make sure that you're taken care of and got everything at home that you ain't got to worry about. See, I ain't got to worry about coming home and stressing about these bills. Like, oh man, I got to pay these bills. I do this and this, because my wife got that, and I don't necessarily. So she's like, look, I'm going to go ahead and take care of this, because what you got going on over there, that's what the end goal is. I can't have you stressing about the house and, oh, you coming home and working about these dishes and cleaning this and this and paying this light bill and this and that. Like she basically told me, like, I got this. You worry about that over there, because that's the end goal. And when that end goal explodes, then we can go. Then I'm going ahead and take care of it.
So she's investing. She's investing.
I'm an
in
investor.
No, she's investing in you.
She's investing in us.
Yes.
Yeah, she's investing in us. And the way that and her investment is just as valuable as my investment, if not more. Because if I had to worry about running a business 7 days a week and coming home and running a home, then I would be torn between the two, and I wouldn't be able to do it.
Well, that was a good answer. Well, he getting some head tonight. That was a good. Okay. Look, I'm about to mess it up though with this one.
Okay.
What are some things that you are very stern about that not even your own wife can change your mind on?
Whew. I think we were talking about just a few of these. Very, very stern about. There's not a lot of stuff that my wife can change my mind on.
There's not a lot of stuff.
There's not a lot of stuff
that
she can change. No, I said no. I'm sorry. There's a lot of stuff that she can change my mind on. Because at the end of the day, it's rough when you gotta come home and when it's rough at home. It's
don't
rough.
Feel too good.
It's rough.
Don't feel too good on my back.
I'm like, it's rough. So I'm like, I think I trust her because some of the decisions that she made, even with the business, have turned out wonderful. We sat down and we like, okay, this isn't working or this is working, and she makes a decision. It's like, okay, so I trust her at some point. So sometimes I don't fight her as much. Now there's some stuff I'm like, oh,
what are you stern about though?
I'm very. Dang.
You know,
Stern?
that is actually
Dang.
hard.
What can't Dread change my mind about? I'm pretty sure she on the help me. I was gonna say help me. She over there
Help
Twitter
me.
fingers. Tell me out. Tell me something.
Nah, she waiting for you.
Yeah, I know.
She waiting for my answer. Huh? So the only thing I can say that she's. Oh well, dang.
Don't say it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we was having kids, this is the first when we was talking about I don't even want to get to it. So the one thing we was starting about, so when she was pregnant, we was talking about the names.
Mm-hmm.
So before she was pregnant, we was talking about the names, and I just told her that, hey, look, the name of the babies had to be after my name.
Mm-hmm.
That was the one thing I said, look, these babies gonna have my name somewhere in their name regardless.
Mm-hmm.
And she was cool with it, but she still does not. What did she say?
Kid's name.
Yeah, that's too funny. You know her well. She know you well.
That's the one I said specifically. Like my son's name is Rylan.
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I said, you get Rylan or Riley, but you're gonna get one of these names. You're gonna get this work. So you gonna get this work. And if it was like so what okay, so I fought her to the death, but glad that this our kids was a son. So our boy, if he would have been a girl, I'm talking about we fought her for 5 months before we found out that it was a boy.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had a name already picked out. This is the most unique name it has been on life,
Mm-hmm.
which was Ryan.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Ryan.
I've heard that before.
Okay.
Don't be bursting
Just
bubbles.
happens to be. Now, when I met her, swear it just busted my bubble. Her best friend is named Ryan.
Oh man.
I'm talking about my whole life just went into a bubble. Now I said, look, can we still name it? Can we just still name the baby Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
And she still fights me to this day. Every time I say, she's like, if we get pregnant again, we'll have a big girl. It's just, I said, we're gonna name her Ryan. She's like, don't even get me started. Don't even get me started.
Mm-hmm.
She just had this conversation like 2 days ago. I said, look, because I already had it where everybody was gonna be Rylan, Ryan. It was gonna be Ranisha, but she said that was ghetto. She said it was ghetto. So then I have my daughter. Her name is Rihanna. So I'm like, we was gonna have everybody. So basically, it lives on through that.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't want a junior. I wanted a junior, but then at the end of the day, I said, nah, I don't want a junior. I was gonna switch the name. It was gonna be Alexander Ryan Miller, which I wanted that one cool too. So we're good with that one. But I'm not getting the juniors too. The junior thing's kind of played out. I think I want a junior. Like I want a junior, but it's just in a different way. Like I want the names to be switched up. I don't want Ryan as a junior, then the third, the fourth, the fifth, and sixth, and everything.
Okay. Anything else you starting on?
I think that
Or you
was
just wanna stay-
that's
yeah.
the only
Let's-
one that I'm
yes,
starting
the
on.
only
The
one.
only one is just the kids. Just the kids' names.
Mhm. I tried to get him, but he's too good.
Yeah,
He's too
just the kids' name. They ain't been a lot.
good. Okay. Anything else that you want to talk about that we may have
She
missed?
said she love you, but she the one pushing the baby out.
She said she loves you, but she the one pushing that baby out. What love got to do with it?
but still can be a Ryan somewhere. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, it is what it is. I guess as far as like a little final note, I wanted to say that well, for one, I want to appreciate y'all for bringing me on.
Oh yeah, no problem, man.
Or for recognizing that we doing some
Yes,
stuff out
indeed.
there.
Yes, indeed.
Recognizing that, I feel like that there is a lot of people out there, even business owners or Black business owners or even people that are trying to do business owners that really haven't taken the leap of faith and things like that don't know how to do it or things like that. And you know, I feel like I would say take the different route. So if you see everybody else is doing something the same way, the best way that I would say to do something, approach it, is just do something differently. So something that they didn't do. So if everybody else is doing something some way, just go and do something a different way. Because I'm like, you know, I'm gonna just be, I'm blunt. So I'm like, I don't, you know, mess around like that. So like, if everybody else is selling paparazzi $5 jewelry, don't sell don't go and go say, oh, it's a great business. And it's like, don't go into the multi-level marketing businesses. Don't do none of those little pop-up businesses that are here today, gone tomorrow. I've gotten so many people say you're best for this particular thing. I want you to join the Wake Up Now was one of them. And Wake Up Now, that issue was dead today. So it's like Wake Up Now, we sleep tomorrow. So yeah, it was one of them. And I had people just banging on my door. So I'm like, find something you're good at, find like a passion that you're good at, and just like make that your business to make it great. So I'm like, make it your business, go hard into it. Like it took me years, 7 years to get to this particular point. And through that, I'm like, I learned how to sew from doing YouTube.
Wait, you know how to sew?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, I learned how to sew by doing YouTube. So I'm like, I watched YouTube videos for almost a year to learn how to sew, doing the different trades and things like that. I learned how to put patterns together. I learned about production, like how to deal with manufacturers, how to deal with vendors, how to deal with material, things like that. So I'm like, you learn all of this. And like, this ain't no, I went to art school or went to business school. I'm like, I went to St. Philip's for business administration. Shout out, you know,
HBCU, ain't it?
You know, so I'm like, I went to St. Philip's College. So I'm like, that's pretty much where I learned my business skills from. But I'm like, everything else out there, I'm like, everybody else wants to do the same thing. They want to do, even for anybody that's doing fashion, I would behoove you stay away from doing those fashion shows. I'm behoove you, because I'm like, think about it, you know. And I'm not gonna put you out. I'm not gonna put them out there like that. But I think of all the people that are successful in San Antonio, and I consider myself as one of the people that are successful business owner here in San Antonio that's in the actual fashion retail business. And I look at all the people that are not successful, and all the people that are not successful in this that for some reason are under the impression that they are successful, because there's a lot of people that think they're successful, but on paper they're not. So, because I'm like, I look at our revenue, and that's what makes me successful. All this whole people know me, I know this and this, but I'm like, but they're not buying. So I'm like, at the end of the day, that's what makes people successful, and focus on that, getting the money, because that's the only thing that counts. This whole, we know people, there's nothing valuable about knowing anybody in San Antonio, Texas. Let me just put that out there. There's nothing, absolutely nothing valuable about knowing people in San Antonio, Texas.
What if this was Atlanta?
If this is Atlanta, it would be completely different. Completely different. I'm talking about completely different. Like, San Antonio is not the place to say, oh, I just know some people. I know some people. But no. Get to the money. Get to the money first. Then worry about money. Then worry about knowing people. And I'm like, a lot of people that consider themselves successful always want to go into the whole, I know people, or this and this, and I did this, or I made this dress for blah 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 blah. So I'm like, oh, you made a dress for this person one time out of the year, but what about the other 12 months out of the year, the other 11 months? Like, what were you doing then? So I'm like, I can follow the people, but a lot of people want to look at me and criticize or say this and this. But I'm like, I'm actually one of the people that's doing it. But yet people don't ask questions to me. They rather go ask this person over here that don't got no store, that didn't go put this in, that didn't put in the work, that didn't make the money, that people are not going to.
The doing is important.
Yes, the doing is important. The doing definitely is important. So I'm like, I would probably behoove people, if you are in the fashion world, go ask people that are actually successful. People that actually have it going on. People like myself. People like Kenyatta Bell. People that go ahead and own her
Kenyatta
store.
Trying to get you on, Kenyatta. Come on now.
Her store boutique. Let's go with people like Tony Campbell over there that's own Royalty. You know what I'm saying? Like, what about? Let's go talk about Josh Green. People that own. What about the South? So I'm like, the people that own the people that own the restaurant. The South. I'm sorry. Yes, Josh. Yeah, it's Josh Green. So Joshua Green. He owns the South restaurant,
the chicken and waffles place.
Yeah.
Ooh, that place is good. Though.
Yeah, the South chicken and waffles. What about? I'm like, people. You gotta ask the person that owns Wing It. What about Daryl Smith? Just opened up. I'm like, those individuals.
Daryl.
So all those individuals. But you think about, Mike. But you would never, because these people don't. We don't interact like that. We don't know each other like that. I've never met. I'm like, we don't sit down and talk and chit chat. But we watch each other. We know each other, but we don't know each other. But y'all want to watch the people that ain't even doing nothing.
Making no moves, right?
Making no moves.
So who's not making moves in San Antonio?
Don't
answer.
You don't want to put, because I definitely put some people out
I'm just saying.
I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid to step on some toes.
Okay.
I'm not afraid to step on some toes. But
I'm not gonna do that to him. I want nothing but success for you, brother. I don't need nobody throwing no bricks through your window. Right.
But there are some people out there that have been that are not making no moves that are in the same exact spot where I left you. You were on the train in the beginning. You knew me. You did this and this. We knew each other, and now all of a sudden you're in the same spot doing the same exact thing. You're well. I'm like, hell. When I was back out there doing my thing, there was a handful of people out there that were selling CDs or selling mixtapes, doing promoting for clubs. And now fast forward 12 years later, y'all still selling CDs. You're still trying to release your mixtape. You're still out there promoting the club. You're damn near 50 years old, trying to be
Living with your mama,
trying to be a promoter.
Mhm.
I'm just like, damn, how you been promoting for 10 years and you don't own nothing? But that's for another one.
Yeah.
That's for another one.
All right. Social medias again,
Oh,
and
yeah.
address and
So the social media, you can catch us on Facebook and Instagram at Tuxedo Jones. You can catch us online at www.tuxedojones.com, and you can visit us at the store at 6510 Bandera Road, or call us at 210-446-0104. Call and ask for Ryan. That's me. That's the manager.
That's exactly
me.
how I did. I called and asked for Ryan. That's what I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
That's how I got him here.
If you call one of my employees on answer, I have lovely employees. Shout out to my 2 employees. Woo-hoo.
What's their names?
Trent and Lila.
Trent and Lila.
Yeah.
Also, you can catch us on YouTube, Radioactive Podcast, Facebook, Radioactive Podcast, and Instagram, Radioactive_podcast. Shouting out to our sponsors again, Past That Apparel, Battle Print Press, and Randall Tripp and Madhouse Customs. We see y'all. These guys will get you looking sharp, just like this man begin you looking sharp in the tuxedos.
I know. I'm like, he gotta see the thing about it, he should have came by and did it at the store. But we gonna have to do a little pop up.
Talk him and being the sponsor.
We definitely gonna have to do a pop up.
Yeah.
We're gonna do a pop up.
All right. Sure, ain't nothing else you wanted to speak on real quick?
No, nothing
shout
else.
outs.
I want to shout out to the only person that does matter, my lovely wife.
let me. I'm gonna hop on that bandwagon. Shout out to London Turner. Love you, baby. Be home soon.
Love it. Shout out to my wife, Drea Miller. She has been a supporter, even though she at work in the scrubs right now on her phone. I'm sorry. No. I ain't gotta worry about
with curlers in her hair.
I ain't gotta worry about her snitching on her because she the boss.
She the boss, and she beautiful.
She the boss. She the boss. We work hard. We work hard. We try not to be the employees. She the boss. She can be on her phone right now.
Whatever you say, you got it.
For real.
All right, y'all. This is Radioactive. Peace.
Who was
still on?
Was it the